As we've been talking about, Fiesta 2023 is wrapping up. It has been a whirlwind of celebration, fun, and of course, for me, it's all the phenomenal food.
Oh, totally. It's always about the food. But joining us today in leading essay segment is Steve, Executive Director of the Fiesta San Antonio Commission. Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, so we really do appreciate you joining us, the morning after Fiesta Flambeau. So as we do look at the last day of Fiesta, how did everything go from you guys' perspective?
You know what? The feedback has just been tremendous this year for Fiesta. It was back to a normal time frame in April, and all the organizations have just had some great successes this week. So it's been a lot of fun to share the Fiesta family spirit with more than 2.5 million people. So it's been a great week.
Now, Steve, we know we're coming out of a really rough last couple of years. What were some of the major changes implemented this year for Fiesta?
Well, one of the changes that we had this year, we actually, unfortunately, it rained out last Thursday with our Fiesta opening ceremony, but we did move that to Travis Park this year, and that was going to due to some of the construction downtown. But it was just great to see all the Fiesta organizations really come back and experience a full Fiesta. We did have a few weather challenges early in the week, but our organizations, they really gathered together and really made the best out of the situation and really had some great success for their organizations.
Well, I know you guys are never resting on your laurels. So are you guys already planning changes for next year or future Fiestas?
Well, we already are having meetings about next year, and we're looking to the future. Obviously, it takes a whole year to plan Fiesta, and with our great volunteers and all the great Fiesta organizations, we're looking to start making some plans now. One of the possible plans would be a location for Fiesta. If Civic Park is available, the plan right now is to move into Civic Park downtown and have Fiesta. So we'll be working with Hemisphere and city officials and Fiesta officials. But yes, we're already making plans for next year.
Now, Steve, while I was out there, I had the opportunity to meet people from Georgia, from Louisiana, from all across the country. As the population increases around San Antonio, would the commission ever consider hosting events further away from downtown?
Well, you know what? One of the things that I personally love about Fiesta, and I think a lot of people do, is that Fiesta events happen in all parts of San Antonio. So South Side, West Side, East Side, North Side, and downtown. And that's really what makes Fiesta very special, is that all parts of San Antonio are represented during Fiesta. One of the discussions that we've had with our board this year is to look at some of the contiguous counties to Bexar County to see if we need to work with having some Fiesta events that expand outside of Bexar County. So we're going to be looking at some of those organizations and some of those ideas as we go. But we really want to make sure that all parts of San Antonio are represented during Fiesta.
Of course. Now, you and I discussed a little bit about the numbers. There's a lot of them to deal with, and a lot of them are preliminary. But in terms of visitors, economic impact, this is a party with a purpose, money raised. What do those numbers look like so far?
Well, we did an economic impact study a few years ago, and the results showed $340 million economic impact to San Antonio. So that's a great boost for the economy for San Antonio, but it doesn't necessarily track the charitable impact that our organizations do too, which is tremendous. And we'll be getting a lot of those numbers back in the next couple of weeks from our organizations. Really, when we say party with a purpose, our organizations are doing a great job of, because of Fiesta, they're able to raise funds to support their organizations that support the citizens of San Antonio throughout the entire year. And that's really why we do Fiesta.
And do you guys have a number in mind? Obviously, we've seen the amount of millions raised over the last few years. Do you have a specific number in mind that you guys have a goal to hit?
Well, we try to use those numbers as benchmarks. And once we start to get the attendance figures from all our organizations, we look to about 2.5 million people coming through the different tickets and the different gates at the event. So our numbers look at about 2.5 million people. And if Flambeau is any indication of the excitement and the crowds for Fiesta, it looks like we're going to hit those numbers again.
Steve, well, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you. Surely the planning for next year's Fiesta starts bright and early tomorrow morning.
Yes, it does. Yeah, April 18th to 28th for 2024. And I just want to thank KSAT for all your support for Fiesta.
Thank you.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.